Welcome to the Palawan Medical Mission Group Multipurpose Cooperative Pre and Post Membership Seminar. We have the capital, property, and funds, allocation, and distribution of net surplus. Here's the content outline. We have the general concepts and principles, organization and registration, membership, administration, responsibilities, rights, and privileges of cooperative, capital, property, and funds, allocation and distribution of net surplus. So let's start with the discussion of the capital, property, and funds. Capital, the capitalization of cooperatives and the accounting procedure shall be governed by the provision of this code and the regulations which shall be issued. For the capital sources, cooperatives registered under this code may derive their capital from any or all of the following sources. So here's the capital structure: sources of funds, share capital, revolving capital, retains, capital reserves, loan capital, subsidies, grants, and donations, other sources of funds as may be authorized by law. Limitation on share capital holdings. No member of primary cooperative other than cooperative itself shall own or hold more than 10% of the share capital of the cooperative. Where a member of cooperative dies, his heir shall be entitled to the shares of the decedent, provided that the total shareholding of the heir does not exceed 10% of the share capital of the cooperative. Provided further that the heir qualify and is admitted as members of the cooperative, provided finally that where the heir fails to qualify as a member or where his total shareholding exceeds 10% of the share capital, the share or shares excess will revert to the cooperative upon payment to the heir of the value of such shares. Assignment of share capital contribution or interest. Subject to the provision of this code, no member shall transfer his shares or interest in the cooperative or any part thereof unless: number one, he has held such share capital contribution or interest for not less than 1 year. Number two, the assignment is made to the cooperative or to a member of the cooperative or to a person who falls within the field of the membership of the cooperative. Number three, the board of directors has approved such assignment. Capital build-up. The bylaws of every cooperative shall be provided for a reasonable and realistic member capital build-up program to allow the continuing growth of the members' investment in their cooperative as their economic conditions continue to improve. Capital structure, continuous capital build-up. Every member shall invest in the share capital of the cooperative. Savings regularly of at least 50% of his or her annual interest on the capital and patronage refunds. At least 2% of the total loan granted. For the shares, the term share refers to a unit of capital in a primary cooperative, the par value of which may be fixed to any figure not more than 1,000 pesos. The share of capital of a cooperative is the money paid or required to be paid for the operations of the cooperative. The method for the issuance of share certificates shall prescribe in its bylaws. For the fines, the bylaws of a cooperative may prescribe a fine on unpaid subscribed share capital, provided that such fine is fair and reasonable under the circumstances. Investment of a capital. A cooperative may invest its capital in any of the following: in shares or debentures or securities of any other cooperative, in any reputable bank in the locality or any cooperative, in securities issued or guaranteed by the government, in real estate primarily for the use of the cooperative or its members, or in any other manner authorized in the bylaws. Revolving capital. The General Assembly of any cooperative may authorize the Board of Directors to raise a revolving capital to strengthen its capital structure by deferring the payment of patronage, refunds, and interest on share capital or by the authorized deduction of a percentage from the proceeds of products sold or services rendered, or per unit of product or services handled. The Board of Directors shall issue revolving capital certificates with serial number, name, amount, and rate of interest to be paid and shall distinctly set forth the time of retirement of such certificates and the amounts to be returned. At this point, let's proceed with the financial highlights. We have here the gross income. So as you can see, the gross income of the cooperative last 2018 increased to 236,971,751.58. We also have here the net income of the cooperative. So last 2018, the net income of the cooperative is at 5,126,966.12. And here are the total assets of the cooperative. And in 2018, the total amount of the total assets of the cooperative is at 665,888,944.82 pesos. And for the total liabilities of the cooperative, we have a total of 440,571,985.74 for the year 2018. As for the membership, as of December 2021, the total number of regular members are actually 333. And for the associate members, there is a total of 571. So the total number of members are 904. We also have here the total cooperators equity. In 2018, we have a total of 219,470,410.60. Here are the sample computation of interest on share capital. Here is an example of Maria de la Cruz share capital. As you can see, Maria de la Cruz has a total dividend of 200,775 for or as of December 31, 2016. At this point, let's proceed with the updates. We have here the Palawan Medical Mission Group Multipurpose Cooperative. We also have the PMMGMPC Palawan Medical Plaza. We were also able to purchase new equipment such as laparoscopic machine, X-ray machine, MRI machine, incubator, infant warmer, ligasure, lithotripsy machine, and a new ambulance. We also have the MMG Employees Dormitory. We also have the MMG Federation or FedMed. Another thing, we would also like to share with you the plans. So we have a plan for the expansion of Medical Plaza, an acquisition of 1,136 square meter property along Malvar Street. We also have a plan to put up a 5-story hospital expansion project along Burgos and Mabini Street, Puerto Princesa City. We also have a plan of a construction of level 1 primary hospital at El Nido, Palawan. Another, we also intend to provide housing. For the information of everyone, we are also now hiring for nurses for MMG Qatar. So please submit your application form at the HR office. Thank you very much.